Where is vitamin B12 found? Sources of vitamin B12 animal foods, especially meat and dairy products, are one of the main sources of vitamin B12. It should be noted that this vitamin may be available in some fortified plant products, which makes it a suitable option for vegetarians. The most important sources of this vitamin are liver and kidney meat. It is one of the sources rich in vitamin B12, and 100 grams of lamb's liver contains 1,500% of the daily reference amount of vitamin B12, in addition to containing copper, selenium, vitamin A, and vitamin B2, as for liver and kidneys. Cow or veal provide 990% of the RDI, recommended dietary intake, for vitamin B12. Binding oyster, or what is known as a clam. It is small in size, has a sticky texture, and contains many nutrients, the most important of which is vitamin B12. As 20 small-sized oysters provide 3,300% of the daily reference amount of this vitamin, and it should be noted that whole small oysters contain a large amount of iron. 20 bars provide nearly 300% of the RDI, recommended dietary intake, in iron, and it's also rich in antioxidants. Sardines. Sardines contain several nutrients in good quantities, including vitamin B12, as 1 cup of sardines, or the equivalent of 150 grams, provides more than double the daily reference amount of vitamin B12, and is a good source of omega-3 fatty acid, which has many health benefits, such as reducing inflammation and improving heart health. Beef. It is a rich source of vitamin B12, where 100 grams of it contains 6.2 micrograms of this vitamin, which is equivalent to 102% of the reference daily amount. And it is worth noting that low-fat meat contains higher concentrations of this vitamin, and it is recommended to grill it instead of frying it to maintain vitamin B12 levels in it. Beef also contains other nutrients such as vitamin B2, vitamin B3, vitamin B6, zinc, and selenium. Fortified cereals. Cereals fortified with vitamin B12 are a good source for vegetarians. They are fortified with the synthetic vitamin, not derived from animal sources. It has been shown that eating fortified cereals daily helps to increase the concentration of vitamin B12 in the body. Consuming 240 grams of fortified cereals containing 4.8 micrograms of vitamin B12 for 14 weeks significantly increased levels of vitamin B12, and it is recommended when choosing the type of fortified cereal that it is low in added sugar, rich in fiber, or whole grains. Tuna. Tuna is one of the most commonly consumed fish. It is a rich source of nutrients, such as protein, minerals, and vitamins, and 100 grams of fresh tuna contains 160% of the daily reference amount of vitamin B12, and also contains a good amount of lean protein, in addition to phosphorus, selenium, vitamin A, and vitamin B3, and the can contains an appropriate amount of vitamin B12. 165 grams of low-fat tuna packed in water contains 85% of the RDI for this vitamin. Fortified nutritional yeast. Nutritional yeast is used specifically as a food source, and not to be used for fermenting bread and other things. It is a good vegetable source of protein, minerals, and vitamins. It should be noted that this yeast is supported by vitamin B12 manufactured, which makes it a great choice for vegetarians, and 2 tablespoons of nutritional yeast, or the equivalent of 16 grams, contains 130% of the daily reference amount of vitamin B12, and it was shown that adding nutritional yeast to a vegetarian diet increased levels of vitamin B12 in the blood, which helped it reduces the signs of deficiency of this vitamin. Trout. This fish is known to be one of the fish that lives in fresh water, and it is a rich source of protein, healthy fats, and minerals, such as manganese, phosphorus, selenium, and B vitamins, including vitamin B12, as 100 grams of it contains approximately 125% of the daily reference amount of this vitamin, and the same amount contains more than 1,300 milligrams of omega-3 fatty acid. Salmon. Salmon is known to contain a high concentration of omega-3 fatty acid, and is an excellent source of B vitamins, Half a slice of cooked salmon, which equals 178 grams, contains more than 80% of the recommended daily amount of vitamin B12 and contains approximately 4,023 milligrams of omega-3 fatty acid, and approximately 40 grams of protein. Fortified plant milk. Plant milk is commonly used by vegetarians who want a nutritious vegetarian alternative to animal milk, such as soy milk, rice milk, and almond milk, which are usually fortified with vitamin B12, and it should be noted that the vitamin added to these types of milk is synthetic. This makes it a good choice for vegetarians who want to increase their consumption of this vitamin, and avoid its deficiency, and 1 cup, which is equivalent to 240 milliliters of fortified soy milk, provides up to 45% of the recommended daily amount of vitamin B12. Milk and its products. Milk and its products are rich sources of protein, minerals, and vitamins such as vitamin B12. As 1 cup of whole milk, equivalent to 240 milliliters, provides 18% of the recommended daily amount of vitamin B12, and Swiss cheese contains the highest percentage of this vitamin among all types of cheese, as 30 grams of it contains approximately 16% of the recommended daily amount of this vitamin, and it is worth noting that the body's absorption of vitamin B12 found in milk and its products is better than that found in beef, fish, and eggs, and full-fat yogurt helps it improves the condition of people suffering from vitamin B12 deficiency. Eggs. Eggs are a source of complete protein and many vitamins, such as vitamin B12, vitamin B2, and vitamin D. 2 large eggs, equivalent to 100 grams, provide 22% of the RDI of vitamin B12, 28% of vitamin B2, and 9% of the RDI of vitamin D, and research has shown that the yolk contains a higher proportion of vitamin B12 higher than the white eggs, and the absorption of this vitamin from the yolk is easier for the body, so it is recommended to eat the whole egg instead of eating the white only. Fortified tofu. 100 grams of fortified tofu provides 1.5 micrograms of vitamin B12, which is estimated at 60% of the daily amount that an individual needs of this vitamin. King crab. 100 grams of it provides approximately 11.5 micrograms of vitamin B12, which is estimated at 479% of the daily amount of this vitamin. Vitamin B12 deficiency. A range of symptoms and physical and psychological problems can arise as a result of vitamin B12 deficiency, as it plays an important role in the production of blood cells, so its low levels cause a shortage of healthy blood cells that the body needs to obtain adequate oxygen and maintain its health, and it is worth noting that this decrease is due to 3 reasons, which are as follows. Anemia caused by vitamin B12 deficiency. There are different types and causes, including pernicious anemia, which results from autoimmune atrophic gastritis, which causes vitamin B12 deficiency, and symptoms of anemia can appear from vitamin B12 deficiency according to the following: diarrhea or constipation, fatigue, low energy levels, feeling dizzy when standing or with exertion, anorexia, the pallor of the skin, irritability, shortness of breath especially during exercise, swelling and redness of the tongue, bleeding gums, low intake of adequate amounts of vitamin B12, like vegetarians, but it is an unlikely cause. Babies from the age of 4 to 6 months who are dependent on breastfeeding from mothers who follow vegetarian diets may develop vitamin B12 deficiency. This is because the liver stores of these children are limited with their rapid growth rate and high need for nutrients during this period. Low absorption of vitamin B12 by the body. It is the most common cause of deficiency in the elderly, and it usually occurs as a result of low secretion of acids in the digestive system, and this problem can be solved by taking vitamin B12 found in nutritional supplements that the body can absorb, unlike vitamin B12 available in food which is not released and absorbed naturally in their bodies, and the absorption of vitamin B12 is reduced to destroy the ileal absorptive site in the small intestine, which occurs as a result of inflammatory bowel diseases or removal of this area by surgery. In addition, this deficiency may result from consumption of some medications, which is less common. Thank you for watching the video. Please subscribe to the channel, press the like and bell button to receive each new video.